Hi guys, my live just went down on my other video, so I just figured I would hop on another live and hopefully it would alert you guys. And everyone that was in the other live could hop over to this live because that's the kind of day that I am having today. So I was using my computer, my laptop to stream with you guys and show you some photos and do some screen sharing. And unfortunately, my internet on I tried to use my Wi-Fi and like the weather, it's just not great service here. Hey yo yo, thank you for hopping back in. I appreciate you. Hopefully, we'll give the anyone a chance to hop over. Of course, that's my day I'm having today. I'm just trying to get packed and get my life together, and it's just not working out exactly amazing. So I just wanted to hop on and wrap up my other video though with you guys. I apologize for the audio. I think when I started to screen share, just everything got messed up the first time that I screen shared. So that's what happened. But we can just continue this conversation, pick right back up where we left off. People were speaking about the brownstone not in a great way. So I did want to talk just for a second. I'm going to do thank you, Shay. Thank you, Yo Yo. I'm going to do a little bit of like a history on the brownstone and Dina and kind of what happened because Dina is really getting brought up a lot as it pertains to Teresa's wedding, and I think that that's going to continue to happen as we get closer and closer to Teresa's wedding special. I just want to go over a couple of things with you guys because there's so much history there. People aren't all up to speed, so I'm going to give it to you real quick rundown. Then I'm going to do a little bit of a longer video. So if you miss anything, you can go check it out. So first of all, it's important to know who the first couple of seasons were. Again, they did not know they were going to be famous housewives at all. Okay. Dina originally kind of put these women together. Jacqueline, Teresa, they worked together at Macy's, Kaufman's, whatever you want to call it. Jacqueline came from Vegas. That's where her family was at. She moved here with Chris. They lived at Caroline's for a little bit, got their house, and then, started having babies. They were married, right? And so Dina, who was Caroline's sister, left her first husband, if you will, and moved in with Caroline and eventually started to date Caroline's brother in law, Tommy Manzo, allegedly. So now you have Caroline and Dina, who are sisters, dating brothers, Tommy and Al. Tommy and Al own the brownstone, which we've seen in the earlier seasons. We've seen lots and lots and lots of the brownstone. Now, I think when everything transpired, that Brownstone might have got police might have like came there, raided it. I don't know. But people were like talking poorly about it. But I think that was only because of everything that had transpired. Because what happened was Dina ends up marrying Tommy, and their wedding is on MTV. It's on like My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Good luck trying to find it. It's been scrubbed from the mother effing internet. I have a couple of clips, a couple of whatever here and there. And I put it together and I did try to watch it. Okay. So let me tell you guys what it looked like. Dina was spending, when I say a lot of money, I mean like everyone was gonna get one of these little um like they were like butterfly clips and they were like $500. She spent over hundred thousands of dollars on the flowers alone. Okay. But of course, prior to the wedding, they are, interviewing, they're doing interviews, they're filming Dina out shopping for her wedding dress. She tries on the wedding dress with Caroline. She cries a lot. She does cry a lot. I don't know if it was the pressure of marrying this man, but she cried a lot. Okay. And Dina also tells us later on that her and Caroline had a really great relationship when she was down on her luck, living at Caroline's, didn't really have a pot to piss in. But when she got with Tommy and Tommy had money and Dina was driving a Range Rover in Franklin Lakes, it started jealousy between the two ladies. The wedding was Tommy had a escort. He had a police escort to the church and she didn't know about that. She was upset about that and she cried about that. Okay. And it was just he talked about that he cheated on her and that he realized the shopping spree could fix everything. And she sort of says the same thing in her own interview. And so I just in my opinion, I don't think it was probably a really great relationship to start with. However, when it ended, it must not have been very good either, because what happened was they start their divorce, whatever, and she starts dating David, whom she is married to now. And they attended, allegedly, Caroline's daughter's event together. And this pissed Tommy Manzo off, because obviously that's his niece too. And that is what happened to, allegedly, David when he was like behind the strip mall. He was actually assaulted prior to the home invasion and prior to them actually moving to California. And allegedly why they moved to California was because of the assault that took place behind the strip mall of, you know, the husband, Dave. And so everyone wants to keep their kneecaps, right? So we're just going to keep it as smooth as we can and keep it rolling. So this is why then they moved to California, okay? They moved to California. Everything is happy. They come home and film because Teresa has the baby and she makes Dina the godmother, right? So they come back to film the scene at the church. She dresses the baby, yada, yada, yada. After they film, Dina and her husband go back to their townhouse, and that's when there were people in their house waiting. They zip tied them, they beat them up, they stole from them, and I'm sure it was a very terrifying experience. Dina has posted her doctor who actually helped her through her PTSD. I think that's really what started her on the YouTube channel and such. She was really promoting like a natural way of dealing with the post-traumatic stress from the home invasion. So that's why it's very difficult for her to come and be around Caroline, to be around anyone that's affiliated with the Manzos. Debbie, you're right. Absolutely. And so then what happened was the person who performed the home invasion got caught. And what happens always happens. Um, he told what happened, and basically it trailed back to Dina's ex-husband. And the deal allegedly went that there was a huge discount on the guy who did the home invasion. His daughter had gotten married, and so he got a very, very, very hefty discount on her reception at the brownstone. So when that happened, I think that is why the brownstone was mentioned in the indictment, because of the fact that that was how the payment was made to the Goonie who went and performed the home invasion. And Tommy has not been sentenced on that, even as of right now today. And yes, Caroline wrote a letter in his favor. And yes, Dolores wrote a letter in his favor, but so did 14 other people. And they were not just normal people. They were people with titles. He made sure that these were people with titles. Some of them church people, some of them political people. He's had support from Pete Christie, who was the New Jersey, was he the governor of New Jersey during COVID? And he was like, he had closed down like the beach, the New Jersey beach area. And then it was like Memorial Day weekend, and him and his family went down to the beach and they took pictures of them. They're like, you banned everyone else from the beach this weekend, but you and your family went and enjoyed a day at the beach, the same beach that you said we couldn't go to. This is so devastating. I could imagine the PTSD she must have. I agree, Shay, 100%. And that's why I wanted to like kind of explain, because this really leads up to the whole wedding situation, the whole bridesmaid situation, because Dina was going with the flow until Bravo was officially involved. And Bravo didn't officially get involved until much later in the game. That's why they had to change maids of honor, because it's not just that she doesn't want to be on camera, guys. It's that it's very triggering. She doesn't want everyone to know her schedule. She doesn't want everyone to know that she's going to be in town. That makes her nervous, because she knows that he's not locked up for this. And I'm sure that he wouldn't mind getting his hands on her and David. And I'm sure that the other guy who had to do prison time over it wouldn't mind getting his hands on them. So it's a very scary situation right now. Caroline and Dolores both wrote letters for the judge and leniency for Tommy. Nice sister, Caroline, right? I have less respect for the ones who wrote the letters, Governor Christie. Deb, I found, I didn't post this, but I found a clip of Caroline on Watch What Happens Live, and Andy Cohen brings up Dina, and she is so mean about it and says like, Dina hasn't been to one family event, she hasn't been to one Christmas, she hasn't seen her nieces and nephews, she hasn't this, and she hasn't that. And I was like, damn. I didn't even post it because it was that bad. Manzos have the police every year at their house for an annual party. Yes, they do. Caroline throws a huge event. It's very, very, very expensive, and it involves all of the police. And if you guys were paying attention, class, if you guys were all paying attention, you heard me say that he had a police escort to the church. And I don't mean a car over here, a car over here. I mean like a freaking parade of cop cars escorting him to his wedding. That should tell you something. 1 plus 1 is 2. I promise. Don't let them tell you it's 3. It's 2. So yes, that's true. Very true. Thank you for bringing that up, Deb. So it's not just, we can look at Al and Tommy and be like, okay, they come from a connected family, right? We know about the dad. Danielle told us a lot of details about Tommy and Al's dad. He was sadly murdered, but not just murdered. He was like murdered and chopped up. And he went by Skinny, but it was because he was like the opposite, because he was a big dude, I guess. So I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to run some of that past you guys. I am going to have off of here. I'm so sorry that my last video went astray. I got to get my life together. But don't forget, I'm going to be in New York tomorrow, and I'm going to be hanging out at City Winery with David and Kim D. So please make sure if you guys have any comments or any questions, get them to me. Please put them in the comments, DM them to me. I would love to have some great questions for Caroline, David. I don't know if we're going to see any Bravo celebrities. Probably not. I don't think the weather's supposed to be great, but then that matters because we're going to have an amazing time. So I'm going to be doing some audio and some videos and some lives for you guys, of course, because I want you guys to feel like, you guys have a little bit of the scoop. I hope you enjoyed my last video with all of the clips from the Anonymous website. Again, so sorry about the technical issues. Or her adult children. I always felt bad for Jacqueline's daughter, the way Manzos put her down all the time when she was a teen. Yes, that is very sad. Guys, make sure though that you guys hit that like button, please. It's a great way to support my channel for free. It helps my videos really get out there. Make sure you go to Instagram, HW Historian, Twitter, HW_historian, and TikTok. Got lots of content for you guys. I posted a short clip. I'm going to play it for you guys all together. I just have to download it on my laptop. But Frank actually made me a cameo like a couple of weeks ago when all of this shit happened. He actually had made me a cameo and I just didn't get it, right? Hey, did they take your address down? Yes, they did. I had to make a deal with the devil, Deborah, but my address is down. If you know, you know. So Frank came through with a really nice cameo. Again, it was like from when all of this had taken place. So he was trying to be like really encouraging. And it's kind of funny because at the beginning, he like kind of sounds like a drill sergeant. But I thought that was really kind of him to do because he didn't have to do that at all. And actually he did some work. He's been very kind and helpful. And I really, really appreciate it because you can't leave people's addresses on the internet like that. It's just not safe, guys, because you don't know who is always where. And so it's very, very, very dangerous to put somebody's address out there, and especially to gear it towards say that would be politically saying, okay, you have a Trump supporter and a Biden supporter, and just say the Biden supporter posted the Trump supporter's address to all the Biden people, right? You're like propaganding this person. That's not even a word, but you're basically like promoting the other team's address to people that don't like that. So that's very dangerous. Okay. Very, very dangerous. And I don't make the money to be in a situation where my address needs to be so public. But I'm thankful that it's down, and it's just, I went back to business as usual. I have stayed in my lane when it comes to all of my accounts. And that's why I am a little bit frustrated about an account that is accusing me of being TreyFab 2022, because I have stayed in my lane and that's not me. You guys know I work, I have a kid, I barely can make my content on my YouTube channel as it is, let alone run 2 freaking accounts from 8 till 12 o'clock at night. I mean, TreyFab, she is on it. She makes great content. Like, that's what she does. I make content, but like not as much as some of these girls that are on there, So, um, I think that they must think, because I'm not posting as much under myself and because I am staying in my lane, that this must be me, because I must be so crazed over this person that I just can't stop posting about them. I don't freaking know. Like I said, guys, I told you, just like I told everyone, I want my address down. That's all I want. Okay. I want my address down. I have a kid. It's not cool at all. Right. And so I know that other mothers can relate, but at the same time, like, when you're on a way different pay scale, like, how much can you really relate? Like, yes, we're both mothers, but you're getting paid and I'm not. So that's a little bit of a problem for me, right? You are legally allowed to have your opinion. You are correct, Shay. You are allowed. The First Amendment protects you. You're allowed to post really whatever you want. Posting somebody's address, though, that is actually against an FBI policy that they put out basically to help protect people. But it's still a process of getting it down. And again, just not having it posted to people that didn't like Teresa, because so you guys see, like, some people are really radical, and I have always been someone that has told you guys everyone has a place at the table on my channel. And that's why I was a little bit pissed off too, because I've always said that, yes, in my opinion, I like Teresa, but I've always said if you like Melissa, that's cool too. We can't all have the same queens. We can't all love the same housewives. So I've always said, post your opinion. I'm happy if you have an opposite opinion. As long as you post it respectfully, you can have your own opinion. Like, let's all respect each other's opinion, whether it's the same or not. We don't all have to have the same. And so I've always welcomed Melissa followers. I've been like, here you go. Do you want a cup of coffee? Do you want a cookie? Here's your seat. Here's your table. Here's your card. Whatever we need, we got you. Right? I'm welcoming. I meet them at the door. I open the door. I take their coat. Like, I'm welcoming. So a little bit frustrated when everything happened, right? And again, I'm not TreyFab 2022. So if anyone is on here that's listening and you guys have contact with the team that thinks that I am, please let them know I'm not. I'm going to be in New York. Maybe I should take a picture of my driver's license. Maybe that's what I have to do. Take a picture of my freaking driver's license. Like, what the is wrong with these people? I just can't take it. Are they sprinkle cookies? Absolutely, Shay. I welcome them with sprinkle cookies. Oh, that's so funny. Deborah says, I was saying something nasty about her. I mean, you know what? They're going to seal their own fate for real. Like, they are the Watch What Happens live performance, I feel like, was more monumental, not in a good way, and more than people realize. I also think all of the chatter online, all of that stuff made a difference, guys. I'm telling you, when you stick together in numbers and you go against it, it makes noise. You have to make noise and you have to be persistent. And so I'm going to respect TreyFab 2022 forever, because she was able to make enough noise for me when I couldn't even. I was like so combobulated, like couldn't believe what was happening. It was like a lot to take in and emotional and like all of these different things. And so like she really helped get the ball rolling to get it taken care of. So Bravo sees your tweets, Bravo sees your comments, Bravo sees the petitions. They see what people feel and think. The court of public opinion is very powerful, especially in the Bravo world. Okay. Look what happened to Lisa Rinna. I'm just saying that it makes a difference. And I feel like it's not too late for her either. Like, if she would get someone professional, and I said this to everyone involved, get a professional person to handle your social media, because your family is gonna be your demise, dude. They are gonna be the demise. They are. They're gonna be the demise. They are. I'm sorry. You guys can be mad at me about it, but they are. They're gonna be the demise. I have to hop off here soon because I gotta pack, guys. Oh my god, can you believe Melissa slipped? Oh Lord. Up and Adam defends messy email, musty Marge. It's gross. I mean, I like listen, I respect Up and Adam. Great guy, super nice to me, super great channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all behind the scenes have a lot of respect and love for each other. You know, he covers what he wants to cover, I cover what I want to cover. We have difference of opinions. Some people love Up and Adam, some people love me, some people hate me and love him. So that's why we're all diverse, which is awesome, because then I can cater to my genre of people and what you guys like to hear. And I've always told you, leave me comments, leave me feedback. I listen to you guys. I literally started my channel with 0 followers and 0 experience, no Instagram, no nothing, no one helping me navigate. I took people's comments and utilized it to try to help my channel, because it's important to, I want you guys to enjoy my channel. So I love when you leave comments and let me know feedback. I always, constructive criticism. I can take it. I can believe that Caroline got jealous when Dina finally got on her level. You can tell that's what happened with Teresa. They all got jealous because she was supposed to be the sidekick, but was the star. That's probably very true. I could see that. I'm just saying. Did you talk about the pizza oven Margaret got this weekend? Oh, the pizza oven. I'd have to charge my phone if I do that. Let me see if I can get my extension cord. I think it's outside though. Hold on, guys. Let me see. I just got to charge my phone. I don't have my extension cord. It was kind of outside, so I hope that, like, I'm not going to get electrocuted, because it was outside. Because I was filming outside it was so beautiful the other day, and now it's not. Now I just hit my light off. Oh, shit. I told you guys I'm a mess today. I have too many cords, too many things that need charged. Okay. Didn't get electrocuted yet. Let's talk pizza ovens, guys. Hit the like button. I'm going a little longer than anticipated. Okay. The pizza ovens. What do you guys want to know? The story is, allegedly, Joe Gorga got the pizza ovens idea from a other pizza place restaurant that they had done a promotional thing at. And so therefore, whatever happened between Louis and Teresa and Joe, Louis still had the order in to the manufacturer, but the person who had the contact in China for the manufacturer was obviously on MG's side, and they came back and there was a copyright. So therefore, Louis and Teresa were unable to sell any of the pizza ovens or any of the idea or any of it, because of the fact that there was a copyright issue. And so therefore they had to store them, and they've given a lot away, I would assume, to charitable, functions, or who knows. I'm sure, like, when people maybe call and ask for promotional things, maybe that is what they give them out for. It's possible. But she basically had given some out, and those people had taken to eBay and sold them, and somehow this account was able to purchase one. The account said that she eventually, after she received the oven, she posted that she had gotten the oven, and then she sold it to Marge. She went and met Marge. This was like yesterday or the day before. It was over the weekend. And she sold the oven to Marge. And I don't know if Marge didn't know that. I mean, I cannot think that Marge didn't. Did Marge want us to know that she went and purchased the oven? I'm not sure how that really got exposed, unless if All About the Truth had posted like their conversation with the account, and I'm not sure if maybe that got posted and that's how everyone found out that it was actually the oven that was exchanged between Marge and this account, the woman from the account. I'm not sure. Um, oh, thank you. I may do that. Thank you. So I might do that. I need to grow. There's not a lot on Bravo right now. It's hard. We're forced to talk about New Jersey because we just don't have anything else with Vanderpump right now. We should be getting Atlanta soon, though. Thank goodness. Regardless, the whole idea, the whole thing doesn't make a whole lot of sense because Marge obviously is coming to find anything that she can for, for Teresa and Jennifer. She's obviously furious about Laura Lee Jensen. I saw a photo where Laura Lee was allegedly at the same restaurant as Teresa and Joe Fuda and Melissa and Rachel. She actually took a selfie with them in the background. She said they never spoke to her, never approached her. Allegedly, there's still a bombshell to come on the Real Housewives of New Jersey in the next couple of episodes. A really big revelation, allegedly. So I'm not sure why we haven't seen Laura Lee Jensen at all in the Real Housewives in New Jersey. It seems to me she's playing such a huge part, but she's not part of the show. And it feels a lot like how they used Brandy the year in Beverly Hills when they needed a storyline. Brandy wasn't necessarily a housewife, but she was coming in and telling her story about Denise, and then the other ladies would take it and run with it and tell each other and tear it apart, and then that's what was their content, right? So, I don't know what's going to happen with this revelation, but keep your eyes open because the reunion films on the 20th. And what do you know happens before the reunion? Bravo gives up the goods. How many episodes we got left? I just did a TikTok. Class, pay attention. How many episodes do we have left? We don't have very many. I posted the schedule I found only had 11 episodes, and then somebody came out with another updated schedule that showed there was going to be 13. So that means if the women are filming on the 20th, they got the other episodes, right? Don't you think by now, probably? I mean, do they don't get them to him like the day before and like put him in a hotel room and be like, okay, here, right? I wouldn't think. Maybe they could to like kind of make the women pissed off, like not give it to them till a couple of days before, so they got to be pissed. Um, but I'm assuming that they've given them the last couple of episodes. So just make sure that you guys are keeping an eye out on how things are going on Instagram and Twitter and, just the interactions because I feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen. But I know that Tuesday night I'm going to be at City Winery in New York City. So I don't even know if I'm going to get a chance to watch The Real Housewives because I don't know what time we're going to get back to the hotel room. I don't even know if we have Bravo. So I am a little bit, I can watch it on my phone though. I can watch it on my phone. But I don't know. I haven't been super, super interested in like everything else that's going on. Like I'm not really invested in Fessler, Jennifer Fessler. I'm not being mean, but like when she went on Watch What Happens Live and every single question was biased and towards Margaret, and it was just her repeating over and 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 over that her loyalty is to Marge. We get it. We get it. Okay. You will not speak ill of the woman ever. Okay. Got it. Heard. So I don't know if there's going to be a place for her next season. I think she's kind of screwing herself. She's kind of doing what Kim D did when Kim D allegedly covered for everything, all of the dirt that had happened. She covered for Teresa. And then producers were like, well, we don't want you because now we think you're going to lie about stuff instead of telling the truth because you guys have like an agreement, right? So I don't know. I just don't know, guys. From Columbia Inn, oh yes, that's right, K Mama. It was the Columbia Inn was allegedly the place where the pizza idea got stolen. Well, not is it stolen? I mean, I don't think it's stolen. I mean, if you try to do something and it comes back that somebody else has a copyright, you might not necessarily been stealing the idea. Like you just had the same idea and somebody else got to it first. but they like did a promotion at that hotel. So that's why it's like hard to believe that he came up with the idea, because people found promotional photos of them. And we know what we said in my last video, part 1, that there are lots of comments that, they don't go out to eat. They don't do things unless they're getting something for it paid. They're getting free lunch, free dinner, free whatever. Yeah. So that's allegedly what's going on. Laura Lee Jensen is allegedly going to be going to the winery too, like not as like a special or anything, just like everyone else. And I want to know if you guys have any questions for her. If you do, put them in the comments right now. Just on GP. I'm not really friendly with her, but I probably have people that are, so I can send my people. My people will take care of me. I wonder, this says, I wonder what she'd ever have on her because Dolores is so open. Did you see Fessler holding Rachel's hands throughout the entire Watch What Happens Live? Yeah, I know. Yeah, it wasn't good. What does Marge have on Dolores? Oh, I don't think she really has much. I think that Dolores probably in pillow talk, and this is pretty much unspoken, but everyone knows it, that she probably told Marge about Jennifer and Bill and Bill's extracurricular activities. Maybe she didn't tell her all the details, but she told her enough that it sparked Marge's interest enough to start calling around and finding out allegedly whatever happened. I also think that maybe like, I don't know. Dolores is so damn honest, and I love her for that. She did an interview where she said that she was honest about the Ozempic because she wanted to be honest with her friends, because she doesn't like to call people fans. And she says, I wanted to be honest with them about how I'm losing weight and I'm taking Ozempic. So I think Dolores is very, very, very transparent. I think the only thing that maybe Dolores has could possibly even just be on GP. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I just don't really think that it's anything all as big as people think it is. And maybe Dolores just doesn't want it out there. I mean, isn't there things in your life that aren't like wrecking balls, but maybe you've shared with someone and you really wouldn't want them to repeat, but it's like not a bomb that would like break up your family or anything? It could be things like that. It could just be that her and Marge were really good friends when it first started and she confided in her. Maybe she got drunk and told her she slept with somebody when she was married. Who knows? It could be anything like that. So I think Dolores just watches herself around her. I think that Dolores is probably going to ride off into the sunset and marry Pauline. We're not going to see her anymore. And I think that she wants to probably bow out gracefully. She wants to stay Switzerland. She's managed to do it this entire time. Kudos to her, honestly, because she really has not had to play dirty. And either she's chosen not to or she hasn't had to, whatever the case may be. Yeah, so that's just my opinion. I really do like and respect and love Dolores, and I really wish her happiness. I don't know how she's been able to, like I said, she's been a G. Like, I bet it was her years as a prison correction officer, because like she knows what she's doing. She is not dumb. Marley B, it was the same idea as Columbia Inn. I think the restaurant may have a copyright on the monthly subscription and the ovens. It's exactly what Columbia Inn does. So it's not Joe's idea. Yes, that is exactly it's a copyright infringement somehow. But it seems like, okay, even if they couldn't sell the monthly subscription, don't you think they would at least want to sell the ovens as a way to make their like at least make some of the money back? Like, this is like the monthly subscriptions is what this is what Joe's thinking. I'm going to tell you guys this. Monthly subscriptions are what keeps gyms and places alive. It's their monthly subscriptions, and they will tell you, especially when COVID hit, the monthly subscriptions is what kept these gyms and places alive. And Joe Gorga sees Frank Catania and Dolores running and operating their gyms, and they're getting monthly subscriptions for people. And so he maybe thought it would be a good idea to do the same as Columbia, I guess, and just do that. But it just seems like, yes, Debbie. Dolores worked for Bill. She was not only a corrections officer, she was also trained to be a surgical tech. So she was like someone who would hand the instruments to the doctor in the operating room. And I'm sure that it's not an easy job. You work with different doctors depending on where you work at, and you're in an operating room, and you have to be very sterile and clean. And if you're dealing, not all doctors are nice. Trust me. Woo! Yeah, go back to the old episode when Jen first came on. Margaret says it says it then, and camera goes right to Dolores. And when she said it the last time, pay attention. What was it, Rachel? I think you are 100% right about Dolores. She will leave gracefully. I love her too. She is very honest and open. Um, yeah, it's so crazy. Rachel, pay attention to when Margaret says it, the camera always goes down right to Dolores, even the first time she said it the first year Jen came on. Huh. I think, like I said, that it was always a unspoken thing that pretty much everyone knew, that basically it was likely Dolores who had sparked Marge's interest in the possibility of Bill cheating on Jennifer. That's what I think, because allegedly Margaret called all over whatever town Bill had his office in. She called all over to get the information, allegedly. I mean, we see her travel to buy a freaking pizza oven. Okay. I mean, is she going to bring the pizza oven out on the reunion? No. And allegedly telling this account that it was going to go in the clubhouse. This account is a smart lady. She's a smart woman. She's educated. She puts on her story. She writes. She's been around writers, New York, publicist, Julia Roberts. I'm pretty sure, she also went with Dana. They went to Paris and saw a movie premiere. So, the account that sold the oven to Marge is established. The person is established. But she also was the one who broke all of the Patrick Summers stuff online when that first came out. And I think that's where she really got a lot of her following, was then, because she was really the first one to post and actually introduce Patrick Summers to all of us. And if you watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you know how big of a deal that first was when it first hit Instagram. It was a big deal. She got a lot of followers for it. So I'm not sure. I didn't really know how much she reported on New Jersey. I did see her, I think, on Dana Wilkie's podcast. You know, I love Dana. She's great. She comes on the show. And yeah, I don't know what she knows, how she knows. I don't know what her connections are. Apparently, Marge is her connection. You kind of gave your freaking connect away, you two. Like, they took a picture together and posted it on Instagram. I don't know, guys. It's very fishy. All of it's a little fishy for me. Little fishy for me. Just a little fishy. I'm thankful with my cameos. I don't need to buy ovens and meet people. I'm good on all that. So that's allegedly what's transpiring there. I don't think that there's really a smoking gun on either side. I do think that we're going to see a smoking gun drop in one of the episodes. I'm going to say, well, when would be the season finale? The season finale would be episode 13, correct? So we would only have 1 week before the finale after tonight, right? I don't know if we're going to get Margaret back as a full season 2. Andy Cohen really likes her. You can tell, but she's drowning in debt, guys. She's barely holding on afloat. I mean, she got sued allegedly by Capital One over like a $12,000 credit card. Now, come on. Even I can make payments on a $12,000 credit card a month. Fuck. But who other than Dolores could speak to Marge about the knowledge of Bill's affair? Oh, the people in the town were gossiping about it. When doctors have affairs, the office women know, because we know everything the doctor's doing, because doctors don't want to be bothered with petty ass shit, so they give it to other people to do. They don't want to do anything that's not doctor and in their lane. Okay. And you have a whole office of women that she was the office manager for one. Okay. So also, I mean, I'm just saying, I worked in a dentist's office. I've seen it go down. I've seen it go down at another dentist office. The husband actually posted the messages between the doctor and his wife. They ended up making up though too. I don't know. It's easy, I think, and people know. The office knows. I mean, you can't hide that stuff from people. People are not stupid. First of all, they start flirting. You can feel the chemistry. Then they're taking lunch together. Trust me. Everyone in the office, if you're a female and you know what it's like to work at a dentist or doctor's office, shout out. We know everything that doctor's doing. We know when he takes a shit, probably, because it's, everyone knows what the doctor's doing, because everyone needs to know where he's at. You know what I mean? If you have like a room full of patients, if he's doing exams from one room to the other, like, And just because you don't want to get in trouble doing something you're not supposed to be doing. So you're always like, where's Doc at? Is he in the back? Oh, he's on the phone with, I got a few minutes to hop on my Instagram, whatever the case may be. The women in the office know what is going on at all times. Thank you guys. That's correct. I work at the ICU and we all know what's going on with the doctors. We all know the doctor's business. I mean, think about it. There's a lot of places like where coworkers probably know more about your family than you even realize. Servers share their business with everybody that works there. Everybody knows about probably their sex life. I mean, everything. So, it's very common. We all know what's going on. So she probably didn't have a hard time looking up, finding the business, where he was working at, office manager. Obviously, she would be listed, would have been listed on what, she had a title, so she would have been probably easy to find. I know that Marge for sure found her, and I'm going to tell you why I know this. It's just clicked in my head. I know that because of the fact that when that love Gabriella account came on Instagram and Marge came at her in her DMs, Marge said, "Is that you?" And she said the name of the woman who was allegedly the one that Bill had the infidelity with. She was accusing that account of being Jennifer. Then she accused her of being like Teresa's daughter, Gabriella, because the woman's name was, the account was love Gabriella. And then, and then she accused the account of being, well, I think she didn't accuse him of being Bill's other woman. I think she said it to piss Jennifer off because she thought it was Jennifer's account. So she's like, "Oh yeah, are you the girl that Bill slept with?" Insert her name here. That's how Marge operates. And that was like before the season started, but barely. I when did that account come on? It's been gone because I think she reported it so many times. But yeah, that's what happened. So imagine like Marge is literally over here like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you've been scorned, your husband cheated on you, and then you got somebody coming in the comments being like, say your husband cheated on you with Becky, and then somebody comes in the comments like, "Oh, is this Becky with the good hair?" Like, that's hateful as fuck. That's seriously so hateful. And it's like her and her husband both, they were married at the time they started hooking up, and allegedly they were together for 2 years. Like while they were still married. And so, I mean, they're professional at it. And I think that Margaret probably helped Melissa right along. She probably gave her kudos and tips and different ways because you got to lie to cheat, guys. I mean, like, think about it for a second. If you're going to cheat on your spouse, how much lying does that entail? What does that look like? Think about that. Just for a week, what it would be like if you were sleeping with somebody else and you had a husband or a wife at home. It's going to look like you're telling a lot of lies, right? You got to lie and lie and lie some more. So imagine 2 years of that. 2 years. It's just like anything else. The more you lie, the better you get. The more you manipulate, the better you get. Like anything else, you practice baseball, the better you get. So imagine 2 years of lying to your spouse who's supposed to be the closest person to you, lying to your kids, lying to your family, lying to everybody. You're living a fake life for 2 years. Not 6 months, not 2 months, 2 years. That's a long time to be having a whole other relationship while you're married. Also, some people took note that Margaret stays under the last name Josephs, while Joe has a different last name. It's like Belina, I think, right? Now he's very nice. I've met him in person. He was very nice, very polite. He was mesmerized by my beauty. No, I'm just joking. He was nice. But again, if you lie for 2 years straight, you're a liar. You're a good liar. Like like, I don't even like to lie if somebody tries to make plans with me and I just don't simply want to do what they want to do. I just can't, I don't want to lie about it. Like, I just don't want to lie because when I tell one lie, it's just easy for me to tell another lie. And then I'm just lying about dumb shit that doesn't even matter. I'm like, why did I just say it? Like, what? So yeah, I just think that the more you do it, the easier it gets. And so that makes me just kind of question their morals in general. And again, they're sinking financially. I'm not being mean. I'm not putting a bunch of legal paperwork on here to show you where they're in legal trouble and being sued. You guys already know. I did put up an article from the Sun from last year at this time, because they were getting sued last year at this time over the couple that I told you guys had invested, and allegedly they were going to buy the house that Marge and Joe are currently living in and flip it. So Marge and Joe ended up moving in. They've never left. So those people have never gotten their money. They haven't, let alone the profit they thought they were going to make. They didn't even get their investment money back. Okay. So Joe and Marge, I think, were ordered allegedly to pay. They had like a whole payment plan they had worked out through mediation. And I think they made the first couple of payments, but missed the second or the third and fourth. And now I think that they're headed back to court for that. Hey, JoJo, there's that girl. Hi, we're almost done. I've been on here 45 minutes and I did a whole nother video. I gotta go, guys. I gotta pack for New York. Text me, send me your questions. Let me know if you have any questions. Kim D, or for David Yontiv. Anything else you want to know, make sure you guys put in the comments questions. I will definitely do my best to answer them. I'm going to stay live for you guys and keep you guys up to speed on everything that's going on. So make sure that you hit that follow button if you're not already following, and make sure you hit the like button. It's a free way to support my channel and I really appreciate it. And JoJo, I'm sorry. I love you. Thank you. The first video, my audio goes to shit. I have to cut it off. I'm sorry. It's at the end. And this was my second to it. I know. I'm a mess. Have a great day, guys.